Hello malt mates, I'm Ralphie. Welcome to the Whisky Bothy and welcome to Ralphie Review 1065 extras. Extra content, extra perspective, extra engagement, extra connectivity, extra information and extra sharing. This is what extras are all about. Just giving you extras. And I've just reviewed a very interesting spirit. Really enjoying it. Highly recommend it. And it's not Scotch whisky. So what's going on here? We are in the realm of the malternatives, and I want to just take this opportunity over the next few minutes to give you some perspective on malternatives, why you should connect to malternatives, be looking for malternatives, and what you're going to get out the experience. I've just reviewed this bottle from Dramore, an independent Scotch whisky bottler, primarily. But they also bottle rum and they also bottle Armagnac. And I'm sure they've got plans to bottle other quality spirits as and when they can obtain them. Because you can see that the purpose and the mission of the independent bottlers has never been stronger and more necessary for Scotch whisky's reputation than it is now. The thing about the independent bottlers is that they don't necessarily actually own distillery businesses, and therefore they are not focusing in one brand. Independent bottlers are buying wholesale or direct from distilleries or direct from specialist on-sellers who sell on casks, and they're basically looking to buy small volumes which they can basically manage for a while, bottle, present to the world, and then move on. They're not big in marketing. Their market is the informed customer, not the passive consumer. Simple as that. There are independent bottlers, like older styles of Gordon MacPhail, who tended to cater for the passive consumer. So you'd see that brand in tourist shops, for example, in Edinburgh. But by and large, the thing about the independent bottlers is that they're working on a far more smaller scale. They're more intimate in their connectivity, and they do not need big marketing budgets because social media is doing the job for them. All they have to do is tune in, clock in, and contribute to social media and add to the conversation and perhaps video some of their tastings so that they can explain what they're bottling, what it tastes like, and where you can tend to buy their products, which is usually the high street, independent, specialist bottle retailer. Sure, as customers, we're paying a little bit more of a premium because of the high rates and high energy costs and the staff required for a specialist high street store. But the flip side is, they need to sell their product. They need to sell every bottle in that shop. Therefore, they're not going to stock shite. They're going to stock stuff which is better quality and they know is going to sell because they know their subject. They are the specialists. Now, let me tell you what happens. See, in these specialist shops, they get a phone call from an independent bottler. And the independent bottler says, we're releasing 8 different bottlings this quarter or this month or whatever. Can we send you some sample bottles from each of the casks? So they duly do so. They just sell little samples. I don't have any sample bottles here, but you imagine just miniature sized bottles. They send the retailer drawn samples from that cask of what they want the retailer to sell. The specialist retailer and their team, they smell them, they taste them and say, that's good stuff. We know that would sell, so how much is it a bottle? Fine, we'll stock that. That's the way the specialist retailer works. And if you go into any specialist retailer, whether it be Royal Mile Whiskies in Edinburgh or Luvians in St Andrews or Berry Brothers and Rudd in London, or any whisky shop where you can clearly see that they've got a tremendous variety and a lot of options, anywhere. That's what we're talking about. They have the knowledge and they're stocking the range. They know that their customers, when they come in, are looking for something that they can't find in the supermarket and don't want to look for on Amazon. So they go to the specialist retailer. That's what we do. We build a bond, we build a rapport. They might even, it's the specialist retailers that let you taste and try before you buy. It still happens. Very modest quantity. The amount of times I've bought something in the past, particularly from the old days from Loch Fyne whiskies, up in Inverary. Here, have a wee taste of this. A tiny, it was no more than a thimbleful. But that's all you need when you understand whiskey. You only need a taste and a drop of water from a wee pipette in it, and you snooze it and taste it, nose it, and say, yeah, I'll buy a bottle of that. And we start with whiskey. But if we stay too long with whiskey and only whiskey, we do keep our field of appreciation and vision rather narrow. This is why I highly recommend you look for alternatives. And don't just take my word for it, malt mates. Go and check out Whiskey Fun, which is Serge Valentine's channel. whiskyfun.com. It's an excellent channel, and he reviews alternatives. Both Serge and myself really enjoy rums. Big time. He likes the French styles of rums and the agricole rums and the very well matured rums. I like the kind of traditional gutsy British style molasses rums. The sort of rums that Pussers, who are an independent bottler, those sort of rums that they produce. But by and large, it's because we've got our foundations in Scotch whisky. We can then move to other spirits, and with the time and patience required, we can start to engage with the alternatives, and we do so for a very important reason. It keeps our Scotch whisky palate fresh. And this is something we need to do. We need to diversify our engagement, to expand our horizons, and at the same time, once we've explored alternatives, we then come back to Scotch whisky. We review, we reappraise, we re-engage, and we reconnect, and our palates are all the more refreshed for it. And we start to get more out of whisky because we've got other points of reference than if we'd confined ourselves solely to whisky and never anything else. Please, malt mates, make it your mission in 2025 to expand your palate. I assure you, with the quality of what's becoming available around us in the specialist retailers, it's well worth making the journey, because it's going to be very similar to the journey you started when you were finding out about Scotch whisky. I'll leave it at that. It's lovely to see you.